Hola, amigos! Brad Evans here from thegamingjuice.com, and it's time once again for the Fantasy Football Free Agent Frenzy, a snapshot of some waiver wire options ahead of Week 9. Let's go and start with a few guys that just missed the cut, so the receiving votes just shy of the countdown. You could spend anywhere between $1 to $5 depending on your league size, and of course, what is available and your team need. First and maybe not so foremost, seriously, the New York Giants, a bit of a one-trick pony in that offense, but could see a sizable target share down the road, a nice little bench stash. If you are in a, say, 14-team or deeper league, how about Tyjae Spears of the Tennessee Titans? His primary role is pass catcher. Will get the occasional carry, although a lot of that dirty work goes to Tony Pollard on a wretched team, always playing from behind. He may be good for 3 to 4 receptions per game down the home stretch. How about Kayshon Boutte smacking that backside, baby? Still widely available right now in Yahoo leagues, only 40% rostered, and I don't understand why. Yeah, he's a deep ball specialist of the New England Patriots, but you look at Drake May in the midst of a breakout and quantum leap season. He has been the beneficiary of a lot of those deep looks, and oftentimes for a touchdown. So nice bench stash, even in 10-team formats. Troy Franklin, same story applies to him. Should not be available in so many Yahoo leagues right now, only around 35% rostered, and I ask why. Multiple touchdown game last week, and a guy that's really seen his red zone target share spike. Cortland Sutton is still the main man there in the Mile High City, but of course the former connecting with another, that being Bo Nix. A nice little bubbling chemistry that they have forged. Could be a borderline WR3 and 12-team formats down the stretch. Chimere Dike of the Tennessee Titans next up. A guy's become a deep ball threat in his own right. You look at Cam Ward uncorking down the field, always playing from behind. Maybe a guy that could surprisingly average north of 50 yards per game henceforth. And finally on the list, we start with a giant, we'll end with one. Theo Johnson of the G-Men. I had the pleasure of talking to Patricia Trina on BetMGM tonight on the Monday show, and she talked up Theo Johnson as being a possible dark horse candidate that could step up for a team with some offensive needs. So out of those options, all $1 to $5 investments in 12-team and deeper leagues. If you need some assistance. Before we get to the countdown, a friendly reminder, folks, check out Betalytics.com, my awesome partners on the GamingJuice.com, my free and always accessible website. I use Betalytics literally every day in my research, whether for fantasy football or in player props markets, also sides and totals. It's kind of their jam as well. Advanced algorithms, cranking out all kinds of various projections. Beautifully designed site. They got an app now, so check out their app. And if you go to their website only, you got to sign up with, you get 25% off with their promo code JUICE. Again, promo code JUICE for 25% off at Betalytics. Rachel Krychek, a regular on BetMGM tonight. She crushes it on a routine basis with her advanced mathematical mind. So again, promo code JUICE for all of Rachel's projections at Betalytics.com. Hey, you get 25% off if you apply that promo. All right, let's go ahead and get after it here with the Fade 5 abbreviated countdown. Not really the Fade 5, but the Free Agent Frenzy, a version of the Fade 5. I like a lot of F's alliteration. Hopefully this will not be a failing grade mention, but I say rumble over the earth with a little Tank of Bigsby at numero 5. Only 1% rostered right now in Yahoo leagues. I think it's worth $4 to $8. Yeah, he's a clear backup handcuff for Saquon Barkley, who looks like he's going to be okay despite that ankle setback. Obviously, have a week to rest as he got the bye upcoming for Fly, Eagles, Fly. Got 4 teams to bye: Cleveland, the New York Jets, the Eagles, and Tampa as well. But I think take Bigsby in challenging competitive formats is worth a bench stash. The injury imp is always lurking, folks. And Tank's role is starting to kind of ratchet up a little bit. And man, he has been efficient here this season. 6.50 yards after contact per attempt. That's numero dos among all qualifying running backs. Is tracked at Pro Football Focus on the season. He also has 5 missed tackles forced on 15 rush attempts. You look at coming after the bye at Green Bay at number 10 in rush EPA defense. And then Detroit at number 7 in that category. Then, a sensational matchup against the Dallas Cowboys on the road. Number 30 in rush EPA is one little D. Bigsby, a guy that should, maybe get to 15 to 20 snaps on a regular basis here down the home stretch as a second option behind Saquon Barkley and may manage his touches. So again, take Bigsby, worth a bench stash. We'll have some flexy sexy appeal on occasion in those competitive and challenging formats. But of course, he is one ankle wrench and more significant one away from significant value in fantasy football leagues. Numero cuatro here on the frenzy ahead of week 9. How about Christian Watson? Welcome back. The Green Bay Packers field stretcher played a hell of a lot more than anticipated. And the Sunday night affair in the Aaron Rodgers Bowl in Pittsburgh, only 60% rostered. I think it's worth around $5 to $9 of an investment in 12-team formats if you want some added depth at wide receiver, or maybe you're looking for an upgrade at that position. Look, we know what he is. Bit of a one-trick pony. His specialty is catching bombs. A very high career ADOT, high yards per catch, always, constantly nicked and scraped. It's been a longer to recovery, but, no inhibitions whatsoever in his 2025 debut. If you look at the overall snaps played in that game, he was on the field 38 of those snaps, targeted 4 times, caught 4 balls for 85 yards. And you look at the matchups upcoming, not overly daunting. A pretty soft schedule. Next 3 games, Carolina, number 20 in drop-back EPA defense, and Philadelphia at number 17 in that category, followed by the G-Men on the road at number 18. Again, Watson will have his moments, will occasionally spike as high as maybe a WR2. Other times, he'll be like a one catch for 15 or 20 yards kind of guy. That's the downside of his overall skill set. But, and again, in an offense that does spread the love around, and Jordan Love playing at a very high level, I think he is definitely warrants a pickup in 12-team and deeper leagues if you need some wide receiver depth. Numero tres on the frenzy countdown ahead of week 9. Isaiah Davis of the Jets. Jets. And how about Davis and the New York Jets, and probably getting their first victory of the year and a come from behind thriller and a week of blowouts. He's a guy that played extraordinarily well and kind of under the radar, only 9% rostered. I think he's worth $8 to $11 because we always need running back depth this time of the year. And Davis, his role could be ramping up. Yes, Breece Hall is going to be the main man for the foreseeable future, unless he is dealt at the trade deadline. But a lot of rumors swirling about whether or not he's going to be a member of that team on the November 4th deadline, and that's on the immediate horizon. But you look at Davis and what he did against the Bungles, 7 carries for 65 yards on the ground, 5 grabs for 44 for the PPR masses. That really jumped off the screen, to say the least. A very appreciable 3.10 yak per attempt he's accumulated this season, forcing a missed tackle on 20% of his touches on the year. Played 31 snaps against Cincinnati. Look at the upcoming schedule. Of course, off this week on that 1-week siesta. And then after that, Cleveland at New England. Those going to be difficult matchups, given the stiffness and stoutness of those front lines. Both those defenses inside the top 5 and rush EPA defense. But you get the Baltimore Ravens after that. We'll see what version of the Ravens are going to have here down the home stretch. A team that's been battered and bruised by various setbacks, underachievement as well. They're number 29 right now in rush EPAD. But again, it's those catches that are awfully intriguing to me. Maybe a guy is going to see, anywhere between 4 to 6 targets per game moving forward, because the Jets are going to be playing from behind often. We'll see if it's going to be Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor down on the final run of games. But I think Isaiah Davis is somebody to consider in 12-team and deeper formats at the running back position. Certainly some flexy, sexy appeal over the remainder of the season. Only 9% rostered. I think he's worth an 8 to 11, maybe $12 investment. Hey, friendly reminder, folks, go to my website, thegamingjuice.com, you jackals. It's absolutely free. I don't charge you a single dime, all for the love of me and the written word and creating content. No, AI is not involved any way, shape, and form. What is created, it's all about these fingers being applied to the keyboard and the thoughts coming from this cavernous and empty dome. I try to make it fun. I try to make it informative, and I'm always transparent in all my various bets. Folks, I got my ass kicked over the weekend in the NFL, the props market. I think it was down like 18 units. Just absurd. I'm down now, underwater on the year. After a strong start over the first several weeks of the season, Gambling Gods exerted their revenge. You can fade all of my picks. Again, because I'm trapped in Siberia right now. Absolutely free. I'm always public and transparent, and free spreadsheet on the site. Nate Lundy's dropped the puck and making his bucks in the NHL with his free spreadsheet picks available on the Gaming Juice. My fantasy football ranks are live, at least a 1.0 version. I'll be tweaking those throughout the week. So take a chill pill if your guy's not ranked high enough. I got to let it breathe. I'll be altering those again all the way leading up to kickoff in week 9. I can see them for every single position. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. My fantasy flames, the quarterback and running back, already live on the site. My college football forecast from my friends Matt Fortuna, Ben Wittenstein, Nate Jacobson. That's going to post live on the site on Thursday, along with some of my prop thoughts as well. You get it all. You even ask me a question, and I get back to you. I take great pride in being highly accessible. So sign up today. Check out the site, thegamingjuice.com. It's free. Click, converse, and cash. ... Maybe. Numero dos on the free agent frenzy ahead of week 9. Wham and bam. And thank you, ma'am. I like me some Bam Knight, also known as Zonovan. Is featured in my Fantasy Flames piece this week. Again, you can read right now on thegamingjuice.com. Only 20% rostered is the Desert Bird running back, and I think it's worth a $12 to $15 investment. Why? Michael Carter, bye-bye. See you later, released by this franchise. So moving forward, I think it's going to be a whole lot of Bam Knight, and Amari DiMercato is more or less the change of pace option in this John Gannon offense. And you look at Knight's upcoming matchups, not too shabby. On the immediate horizon, Monday night in Little D, taking on Dallas, a defense number 30 in rush EPAD. I think he's going to be an RB2 through and through here in week number 9. Then after San Francisco, tougher matchup there. Number 8 in rush EPAD. Then Jacksonville at number 11. But with Carter gone, the snap share is really going to spike. He's seen a snap share of 56.4%, 44.7 in his last couple of games, recording 17 touchdowns. He scored a touchdown a couple of games in his last 3, with 5 total red zone totes over that span. Yes, the advanced analytics are rather unsightly. Only 3 missed tackles on 29 rush attempts at a 2.21 yak per attempt. But it's all about pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance. Bam Knight, man. If you need RB help, you want some depth, you need some flex options, maybe you got the bye week blues, go ahead and shell out a few dollars, 12 to 15, for the only 20% rostered Arizona Cardinals running back. Numero uno on the free agent frenzy countdown. He probably could have guessed it ahead of week 9. Tyrone Tracy, and man, pour one out for Cam Scatterboo. Man, that was a gruesome and gnarly injury with the open ankle dislocation, done for the year. Sadly so. It was a feel-good story, him and what Jackson already done in East Rutherford. But Tyrone Tracy, it's the next man up league, and he's going to be that guy. Again, we talked to Patricia Trania on BetMGM tonight on Monday. Check it out, Odyssey, iHeart stations nationwide, 7:11 p.m. Eastern Time, and also streams the video version. You'll see this highly punchable face, animated picture and sound on my website for free at thegamingjuice.com. She believes it's going to be a full-blown RBBC. Maybe Miller is going to be involved, sign up with the practice squad. Also, Devin Singletary. I'm guessing Tracy's going to get the lion's share there, probably 60 to 70% of the overall opportunity share. Now, there are some downsides to his game. He was decent last year in certain instances, a guy that had some back-end RB2 appeal, some flexi sexy appeal. But right now, he is dead last in yak per attempt among qualifying running backs at Pro Football Focus at 1.86, forcing a missed tackle only 11.4% of the time. And you look at the upcoming schedule, it's not the greatest. San Francisco, number 8, in rush EPAD at my Chicago Bears, number 14 and improving in rush EPAD, then Green Bay. Micah Parsons and friends, they're number 10 in rush EPA defense. So don't go bonkers for his services. I think 15 to 20 bucks is fair. If somebody like smashes a piggy bank, maybe it's a Cam Scattaboo manager out there, is like, hey, I need to get the contingency plan on my roster. They may, spend upwards of 50% of their fab budget. That's way too rich for my blood, given the downsides and inefficiencies in his game. Though Jackson Dart and that duality certainly raises the floor of Tyrone Tracy, a converted wide receiver out of Purdue, can also catch the ball pretty cleanly. So again, don't go buck wild, but I think 15 to 20 bucks, widely available in 10 and 12 team leagues. Deeper formats, he shouldn't be available. He is. You might want to spend a little bit more. But obviously, my top free agent pickup in week 9, Tyrone Tracy of the G-Men. All right, I'm out of breath and out of time on this edition of The Frenzy. Again, go to thegamingjuice.com. Check out all of my fantasy football work there, absolutely free. Listen to BetMGM tonight, 7:11 p.m. Eastern Time, across iHeart and Odyssey stations and streams on thegamingjuice.com. And make sure you listen to the Fade 5 podcast. Brand new episode with myself and Nathaniel Lundy drops on Thursday. Until next time, adios, amigos. Get those dudes and get the dub. I'm out.